From then on, I didn't give a shit about you. And looking back on how my life has been without you, tough, you know it's true. But it wasn't cause of you, we were through. I didn't miss or even think about you, me. I was committed to getting my degree and doing all the shit that came with it, like internships. I wasn't interested in them, I was in it for the bills. They were giving me nickels, 2 jobs, no sun in the middle of winter. Dealing with the pressure, I was feeling like shit. To give a picture of how much it sucked at the time, I agreed to hit the club with the guys. We got there early, no line, we were first. And what happened next was kind of a blur. We just got in, still standing at the entrance. You and your friends would be the next to enter. I don't think I've ever been surprised like this. Talk about a blindside hit, you caught me so off guard I can barely recall thinking anything but hell, this is awkward. We exchanged the unfriendliest of highs. Swear you could've cut the tension with a knife. Simona said something stupid as she usually does, and then ended up dragging you outside. Don't know what I was thinking, didn't know what to do. I was acting on instinct, started talking to you. Was nervous as hell but also awfully loose. Asked what you been up to, you were walking me through your last couple of years, then cut to the chase. Opened up to me and started explaining the reason why our meeting never happened. You were going through some tough times and I could relate. To me this settled everything. Opening up to me was something that you never did. Believe me, I knew this wasn't easy for you. It meant a lot to me, enough to get the hatchet and then bury it. So you still mean to do this? I nodded. Gave you my number, but the curious part was when you gave me yours, I still knew it by heart. What the fuck? Already kinda knew what was up. We exchanged numbers, then messages. Didn't take long till we met again and had a talk over some beverages. It didn't take long till my head would spin. See, usually I'm awfully hesitant. Usually it takes me a long time to settle in, but it didn't take long till I had to realize you were back in my life, altering everything. Didn't take long till we slept together. Spent a fucking fortnight in bed together. Was living dreams that I had as a teen, no for real. I've been dreaming of that forever. Used to think of you jerking off in the shower. Now a decade later you drive my cock for an hour. It was surreal to me that God is a plouder. You must think the worst of me the way I'm talking about it. I'm not like those guys, I told you 1,000 times before. It's your thoughts that arouse me. It's how you're talking profoundly. It's how every time I see you there's a calmness around me. You saw my flaws and not only did you accept them, you were the first one to love me for who I am. The first one to not only see my potential. Around you I could always be my true self. We could talk all night, no awkward silence. Not a single time where I would roll my eyes. And you went from being cold as ice to heartwarming, heart warmer than a bowl of rice. I wasn't sure about dating you but rolled the dice. I wasn't gonna miss my moment twice. We weren't kids no more, both did some growing, and we've grown to be so alike. And ain't it also fucking funny? I told you we were done and closed the door, and then after dating for about a month I was the one who wanted more. I was committed, you were hesitating. We were smitten but you kept me waiting. Came back from Milan, you sat me on a bench and said you were no longer having reservations. So we hit the ground running, butterflies and all that shit in our stomachs. You never gave a shit about dollars as long as I would carry a pick in my wallet. I loved you but couldn't get myself to say it. I know you felt the exact same effing way. It's hard to trust when your ass has been betrayed every time you opened up, so I kept that shit at bay. Yeah, I chose to keep it inside, but you chose to keep on surprising me. When you wrote me that letter for Christmas, you brought tears to my eyes. Eyes glassy but I kept on reading the most beautiful words ever said to me. No shit, was even tearing up writing these lines. That's how much it meant to me. The same night we had a fight about nothing at all. The day after we would not even talk. Then we take the next step just to stumble and fall. Well, it can't be that bad since we got it resolved, right? Well, I thought it was nothing, but actually it was a sign of things to come. Cause after every highlight there'd be trouble. One from I will always love you to I don't give a fuck. Climb mountains just to slide into the gutter. A roller coaster ride that wouldn't stop. At the top we'd find a reason to fight with one another. At the bottom we would always try to get back up, and we did. Honey, I always care, please tell me why is it gotta be so intense? See, I have never felt loved in my life until you showed up and constantly overwhelmed me.